Hello, welcome back to part 4 of the Southwest England epic bikepacking adventure. In part 4 I return to Barnstable where rain stopped play in part 3. Leaving the delights of Exmoor behind, I joined the Targeter Trail from Barnstable to Bideford and eventually reached Clovelly, a really quaint fishing village. I send the drone up in Clovelly to take in the breathtaking views before finding a campsite nearby. The next day I pass through Clovelly Gardens heading for Kilkhampton to discover the charms of the church there. I then headed further down the coast towards Bude Beach where I chilled out, played with the drone and cooked myself some cheeseburgers. Hello, it's Sunday afternoon about 2 o'clock. It's August 2025 and I'm just outside Barnstable. What a lovely view we've got. Look at that. This is the estuary leading out towards Bideford, which is where I'll be heading in just a moment. This is the continuation of my last journey through the Westcountry. Starting at Winchester, I reached Barnstable. So please do check out those videos, part 1, 2 and 3. And now I'm going to do the rest of the Devon and Cornish coasts, just following the coastline and heading towards Dartmoor and finishing off with the New Forest. So it's going to be epic. The weather forecast is good. It got rained off last time, so you never know what's going to happen, but that's the nature of an adventure. And today I'm going to head towards a little fishing village called Clovelly, which I've been to twice before. Very beautiful, so be sure to look out for that, and the drone will be out for that 100%. And then I'll be heading towards Bude, having passed through Bideford. So lots to see. I'll check in a little bit later. Bye for now. Bye. Absolutely beautiful. Heading towards Bideford now. This is the Targeter Trail. I assume it takes me all the way to Bideford, but lots of people out today. It's a Sunday, gorgeous weather, hikers, cyclists, you name it, they're all out here. So yesterday I travelled in my car to Winchester, about 3 hours drive, same place as last time, parked in Knightsworthy I think it was called, and then I managed to find a wild camp spot in the woods close by. It was a very peaceful place, although it was colder than I expected, so I'm glad I brought my thicker jacket on this trip because some of the temperatures are expected to drop to 11 degrees in Dartford, not Dartford, Dartmoor. So yeah, best to come prepared. I've also brought a couple of extra things on this trip apart from my jacket. I brought a camping chair, which was a bit of a luxury, but to do that I've had to drop some weight just to justify it, because it does weigh 800 grams. But I thought it'd be nice to try out. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but I managed to do some weight savings of 1.5 kilos all in all. So I actually weighed all my gear and then tried to decide what to lose. So some things I kept, some things I lost, but you'll be surprised how much you can lose if you actually use a bit of discipline and weigh everything. So we'll see how it goes on the trip. I'll let you see that later. Hello, it's about 22 degrees in the sun. I'm just outside Bideford. If I swing round, you can see Bideford behind me. I'll be approaching that very shortly. A really lovely spot though. This estuary is really worth a visit. I don't know how far it goes past Bideford, but I do remember passing through here on my last trip through Devon and Cornwall. Lovely spot though. Making good progress at the moment. The wind seems to be in my favour and it's not too hot, so it's nice and flat. Just what you need for a nice Sunday afternoon bike ride. Heading towards the centre of Bideford now. What a lovely estuary though. Gorgeous. Hello, cows. Come on. Come on. So just approaching Clovelly on this very steep cobbled pathway. Been here before. It's very steep and very cobbly, and Clovelly itself, the main street down in Clovelly, is the same as well, but it adds to the character. Here we are. This is where people seem to park up. Hello, it's 7:15 on day one and I've reached Clovelly a little bit late in the day. I've just spent the last three quarters of an hour eating my noodles and frankfurters. Such luxury when you're on a mission like this. So yep, I'm going to show you around Clovelly. I've been here before a couple of times. It's a very quaint fishing village, very popular with tourists, and I kind of fell in love with the place the first time I came here, so I'm revisiting, and it's the first time I've brought the drone here, so hopefully I'll capture some nice shots and tell you a bit more about it later. Okay, that's all for now. Speak to you soon. Well, the first thing you notice about Clovelly is the cobblestones. And then the next thing you notice is how steep everything is. It's literally ridiculously steep. I've had to leave my bike at the top of the hill because otherwise I'll have to push it all the way back up later on. It's quite famous here. Apparently in the winter people take to sledges and things like that to get around and to move things about, so quite fascinating really. You'll see what I mean when we get into the village. You can see what I mean about how steep things are here. first sign of the sledges. There's another sledge in the distance. I've never seen them in action, but I'm sure it's true. Could just be a tourist gimmick, but you never know. An abundance of sledges now. I dare say you could go quite fast if you let yourself go down here, especially when it's icy. Very quaint though. Every house seems to be really well looked after and flowers everywhere. It's lovely. Well, it looks like I've got Clovelly almost to myself. It is 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening, but it's normally sort of bustling in here during the day. I'm going to head now towards the seafront area, the little harbour that there is. Maybe take a few drone shots. But yeah, absolutely stunning little place. I'd recommend this to anybody who wants to spend a couple of hours out. A good afternoon out from your campsite. Absolutely lovely. Just closing in on the harbour area now. People hanging about by the harbour. Some of the kids are swimming. What a lovely atmosphere. So steep, you really got to watch your footing on these cobbles. Could do with a pair of walking sticks, I reckon. They must be absolutely lethal when they're wet or icy. Absolutely. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Well, I've just taken some amazing shots of Clovelly by drone, and now I'm just going to finish off by showing you around from the seafront itself, from the little harbour which is behind me. You can see the boats there. Really splendid atmosphere here tonight on a Sunday evening. Definitely makes you feel like you're in holiday mode. If only I didn't have to find a camp spot. I had a nice hotel waiting. Never mind. I'm sure I'll find a nice camp spot. So you got plenty of people still enjoying the water behind me. Well, I'm going to head off for a camp spot now. I don't know how. I've got a little bit of time. It doesn't get dark until about 9 o'clock. So I'd like to find a campsite by 8. By the time I leave here, it'll be 7:30. I've got to climb up the massive hill again. Can't wait for that. That's a bit of a killer. The legs will be burning on that one. Okay, Clovelly, it's time to go. Final shots of Clovelly. Yeah, absolutely lovely. Bye for now. Good evening, it's 20 to 9 on day 1. I've just filmed my camp. It's not a bad spot. The grass is short. There's too many little pesky mosquito things flying around though for my liking. And there's a field of cows behind me. I think they thought I was going to feed them at one point, but they've moved away now. Probably somewhat disappointed. I've just made a humongous cup of coffee, 1,000 milliliter cup of coffee, a whole litre of coffee in other words, and I'm going to have some chocolate digestives and sit down in my new luxury item, which is, can you spot it in the background there? My camp chair. So I've brought this. I think I remember earlier telling you that I brought a couple of extra luxury items. One is the camp chair, which is just a cheap one from Temu, which is only £16. So it's not the Helinox Zero 500 gram version. This is the Temu 780 gram version. So it's not that much more actually, and obviously a lot cheaper. So I haven't really noticed it being a burden carrying it around, but I did reduce my load by 1.5 kilos for this trip, so I should be a bit lighter overall. The other luxury item that I brought with me, which will reveal itself later as the trip develops, is a non-stick frying pan. I did purchase a camping frying pan recently, but it was rubbish, so I've had to invest in a better one, and I've tested it out and it is non-stick, so hopefully I can cook something, a steak or some chicken or something. We'll see how that goes. I've got to finish a bit early to do that sort of thing though, and find a shop, because having just been to Clovelly, which was absolutely wonderful, I didn't really get here until gone 8 o'clock, so it gets dark at 9, so not really time to do much cooking or anything like that. So I just had some quick noodles earlier by Clovelly. Okay, well that's my camp. I'm going to say goodbye until the morning, and I'll see you then. Bye for now, folks. Good morning. It's 10 to 7, it's day 2. I've just packed up camp and had a cup of tea. I think I'll have my porridge a little bit later. Hopefully I can find a church somewhere with some water so I can do the washing up part as well. But yeah, porridge is to come in part 2 of my breakfast. You can see a herd of cows behind me. They were quiet during the night, so I was grateful for that. I slept quite well. I was on a slight incline, so that's never perfect when you slip down your sleeping pad, but yeah, overall it was quite good. So you never sleep perfect in a tent, but yeah, not bad at all. So I'm going to be heading towards Bude this morning. I think that's about 20 miles away, so I should reach that at some point this morning. Hopefully the sun comes out and I'll visit the beach probably, and if it's nice enough I'll probably have a dip in the sea. After that it's on towards Tintagel. Tintagel Castle is on the itinerary, so I might not make that until the end of the day, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, that's all for now. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye. Well, I thought I'd show you my bike briefly before I set off. You can see that I've just packed my camp chair on the left hand pannier, the tail fin pannier at the rear there, and yeah, so running tail fin at the back, which I find really useful, very easy to pack, very waterproof, very accessible. So I just leave it on the bike, dip in and out of it when necessary, and yeah, it works really fine. The bike itself is a Norco Revolver 100mm travel hardtail, and I find that in Devon and Cornwall, especially when you do the off-road parts, it's really suitable. It's got the gearing for the hills, it's got the tyres for the off-road, so yeah, this is the bike for me. I prefer this to a gravel bike for this sort of terrain. I haven't actually done much off-road yesterday, but there was a cobblestone section and I was pretty glad I was on this bike. It is a little bit slower on the road of course, but not that much slower because it is a lightweight carbon fibre frame. The bike itself weighs 10 kilos, so it's very light for backpacking, and yes, you can use carbon for backpacking. I've been doing it for years, not a single problem. The frame doesn't just snap, especially if you set it up with the tail fin like I have, which is detached from the actual frame itself, so there's no pressure on the frame there. And if your gear isn't too heavy and you're not too heavy yourself, the bike will have no problem whatsoever. You can see at the front I'm running the pedal cell dynamo charger hub. That charges my phone and my bicycle computer, my Garmin, and it works very well. I'm running close to 100% most of the day. If it's extremely hilly I might lose a bit of charge, but on the whole it does keep things charged, so I'm really pleased with that. I've got a couple of power banks as well, two 25,000 power banks, which for me filming is necessary. One power bank for if you haven't got filming gear would be sufficient, but with my drone and the camera gear I do get through the power quite a lot. So, and I've got a couple of fast charge plugs as well, so I can charge things up reasonably quickly if I go to a pub or a cafe. So yep, you've got your handlebar bag at the front. I stuff my selfie stick under the strap there, and so I can just grab that when I need to. And I've got the water bottle holders, which I've just upgraded, so they've got the mesh on the front and they've got the sort of aluminium foil on the inside, which seems to keep the temperature constant if you want to keep your water cold, or maybe even if you had a hot drink it would probably keep it a bit warmer. So yeah, I'm finding that works quite well as well, so that was a good find. Okay, so that's the bike. I've got the triangular bag and the bar bag as well. The bar bag's a tail fin, and yeah, just put a few general electronics in there, that sort of thing. And the triangular bag has my repair gear and some food, things like that. Okay, so that's the bike, and yeah, it served me well. I've been across the Pyrenees on this bike. I've been all over the place, so yeah, it's probably my favourite bike. I do have a gravel bike and some other bikes as well, but this is probably my favourite bike for bikepacking. Bye for now. So I'm just at the Clovelly Court Gardens, close by to where I camped, so I just thought I would show you around. Very nice. Lovely place all in all, really. Thoroughly recommend coming to Clovelly for an afternoon out. Very unique. Lovely. So it's about 8:30 in the morning. I've only done about 8 miles so far, fairly slow going. There's a reason for that though. Devon and Cornwall, they're just hilly basically. So that's the main reason. You're up and down, so you can be going fairly fast 1 minute, but the uphills always seem to cancel out the fast bits by a factor of 2 from my experience. So yeah, it's hard going. The other reason is I'm fully loaded. I'm on a hardtail mountain bike, so it's a little bit slower on the roads, but not that much slower in fairness. And I guess stopping to film slows me down quite a bit as well, but I don't regret that because that's one of the main objectives of doing these trips. And well, I'm nearly 60, so I guess you could throw that into the mix. At 58, the old legs are slowing down slightly, but not too much at this stage, so not on the old electric bike just yet.
Hello, how you doing?
So I've just seen a sign, 7 miles to go to Bude, so not too far now. Looking forward to that, so I'll go to the supermarket there, check out the beach, see what's going on. I was just talking about whether my old legs need an electric bike. Well, they don't at this stage, but there's nothing wrong with an electric bike, of course. If it gets you out there, all the better really. So I'm sure at some point I'll transition to an electric bike. At the moment I've got this hardtail, my favourite bikepacking bike. I also use a gravel bike, and just for fun I've got a racing bike and a full sus mountain bike as well when I feel a little bit more daring going down the downhills, etc. But yeah, it's keeps you fit. I do a lot of running, but I don't do a lot of cycling, so my cycling fitness is not quite up there really. It's okay, but I guess the running helps to some degree with the aerobic fitness. I can do an 18-minute 5k still at park run, but not really a speedster when it comes to cycling, especially fully loaded. So, but as they say, enjoy the journey. That's what counts the most. Bye for now. Stop. Need some extra protein to keep me going. It's a bit lumpy, but it's still tasty. I do it like this so it doesn't burn the pan as well. I find if you chuck it all in the pan, everything gets burnt, so just leave it to soak in, stir it in a bit. Good morning, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I've just had my porridge at St James Church in Kilkhampton. Sounds a bit Scottish that to me, but it's not. I've just bumped into one of the locals and he said that there's a lot of history to do with the Granvilles around these parts, so I'll have to look that up later. But yeah, it's a lovely church. You can just hear the bells going now, that was good timing. 10 o'clock on the button. I'm going to actually go in and have a look, so I'll take you with me, and I've been told it's a lovely church, so we'll take a look. Okay, see you in a minute. Bye. Hello, it's nearly midday. I'm at Bude. The sun isn't shining, but it's warm enough. I probably won't go for a swim because it'll be harder to dry off, but there'll be plenty of other opportunities because the weather is going to improve during the week. So I'm going to chill out in Bude. I've been here before, I know the beach. It's a lovely beach. I'll just show you all around. Absolutely stunning. Even better when the sun comes out. I'm using my little camp chair to chill out on. I might even do a little bit of cooking. I've got a couple of steak burgers and some cheese slices, so I might do a cheeseburger later for my lunch before I head off towards Tintagel. So yeah, absolutely glorious. Really enjoying it, really chilled. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed part 4. Please come and join me for part 5, where I bike pack from Bude to Morve Church in Cornwall, passing through Widmouth Bay, Crackington Beach, Boss Castle, before heading towards Tintagel and its historic castle. I then pass through the beautiful Port Isaac, Polzeath, Padstow, take a dip in the sea in Rock. I then spend some time at Morganporth Beach before reaching the busy tourist resort of Newquay with its splendid views. Then I camped at Perranporth before reaching Portreath, where I used to work 40 years ago. Finishing off the trip in St Ives and its epic beach, I traversed some rugged moors before reaching my camping destination at Morve Church.